The following is a presentation of the Pro Wrestling Report. Informative, entertaining, and real since 1998.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Pro Wrestling Report. Be the booker for this Sunday's TNA Turning Point on pay-per-view. Damian Nelson alongside David Hero. And
you forgot my name?
No, I didn't forget your name. I forgot. Here's the problem, all right? This is supposed to be done all nice and technologically on an iPad, not on this dry erase board.
It's what the people wanted.
No, what the people wanted was for you not to go to American Jewelry Alone in Detroit when you were there last week and pawn the iPad. That's what the people wanted.
But it was for an investment.
Yeah, but it wasn't an authorized investment.
I thought I could get it back. It'll be fine.
You're making 5 times the amount of work for the production team with this stupid little gimmick here. Anyways, it's TNA Impact Wrestling Turning Point this Sunday on pay-per-view. In this segment, Be the Booker, what we do is look at the matches as they've been announced, and we talk about how they may or may not go, or the way they would go in the world according to David Hero. So let's start, without further ado, with the first matchup.
The first matchup? Rob Van Dam and Christopher Daniels?
Yes.
Great match, right? A wrestling's wrestling
Daniels
match.
will do great.
It's going to be interesting to see. I mean, they got to this pretty quick, within a week's time.
Well, when you attack somebody with a screwdriver.
Why a screwdriver?
Why not?
With everything else, I mean, they've used Janus, they've used automobiles, a screwdriver.
Why not?
I don't know. Boy, who needs it more right now? Does RVD or does Christopher Daniels?
Actually, at this time, RVD.
You think so?
I think Daniels has a world of steam after that matchup at Bound for Glory.
Right, but it's already been forgotten because Daniels is now here and AJ Styles is over on this end.
That's true.
Okay? I mean, it couldn't have gone any worse for Daniels, even though the finish of their match at Bound for Glory was fantastic, a true coward finish. Nothing great really happened out of it. You know what? If I'm booking this, you got to get Daniels back on track. And now, once again, these aren't predictions. It's just if I was booking
It's a prediction. If it happens that way, then it becomes a prediction.
Well, but I think Daniels needs to go over on Rob Van Dam.
Next matchup is Matt Morgan versus Crimson. Matt Morgan, a giant. He wants Crimson. Crimson wants to prove to Matt Morgan that his undefeated streak will continue this Sunday on pay-per-view at Turning Point. What would you have happen, David Hero?
Well, they have so much money invested in Crimson in this streak right now.
And let's not forget that Crimson is endorsed.
Well, that's great. I'm glad he's endorsed. Is Crimson going to be... You're going to be down there, right?
I will be at Turning Point in Orlando.
Are you going to give Crimson one of your endorsed T-shirts?
Absolutely.
I think you should. Let's see if he'll, autograph one for you. You know, but then you got to wonder, Samoa Joe's involved in here somewhere too, isn't he? Kind of, sort of?
Yeah. He's on the outskirts, if you will.
I tell you what, can Crimson beat Matt Morgan clean is what I want to know.
Can Crimson beat Matt Morgan clean? I think that given the fact that Crimson has this undefeated streak going, he needs to. He needs to get a win. A lot of his big wins, and I believe he has a win over Morgan already, a lot of his big wins have not been clean.
I don't think he's got a pinfall win over Matt Morgan. Oh, he might. I don't know.
I think there were some shenanigans involved.
Listen, as much as I love Matt Morgan, and he is a super friend as well.
See where that gets you, folks.
Well,
not circled.
Well, but you know what? You got to go in this direction. Matt Morgan has already had a semi-title run. Not with the title, but in a program with Kurt Angle. It didn't get over the way they had hoped. Crimson eventually is going to be going up with Bobby Roode down the road.
Next matchup is Velvet Sky versus Gail Kim. This one for the TNA Knockouts Championship. Gail Kim gets her first title opportunity since returning to TNA.
Well, it's really her second. She's now the current TNA Impact Wrestling Tag Team Knockouts champion.
True.
But boy,
first singles opportunity.
You know, TNA has a history of whenever somebody leaves the WWE and comes into their company, they put the belt on them right away.
They didn't do it with Mickie James, though, remember? But it was distinctly noticed because of that fact.
So let's hope they do the exact same thing there and let Velvet Sky go over, maybe with the help of Tracy Brooks, defeats Gail Kim. But I like to see Velvet Sky leave and build up some more momentum over Gail Kim.
The TNA Tag Team Championships will be on the line as Mexican America goes up against Inc. We've seen the story for this match building for quite some time as well. Should be a fun matchup. I'm impressed with the development that Inc. has had over the last few months, since returning especially, and Hernandez in Mexican America is always fun to watch.
And now, of course, you got the Itas and Toxxin involved in this whole thing. I'm telling you, I think right now we'll see new TNA Impact Wrestling Tag Team Champions.
It's almost time. You got to do something.
I think Inc. It's their time to shine, and look for them to leave with gold.
In another matchup, as it is prescribed today, as we know of it today, Jeff Hardy gets a singles match with Jeff Jarrett.
The charismatic enigma.
These two obviously have been at odds for a while because Jeff Jarrett, founder of the company, does not like the fact that Jeff Hardy, who put the company in jeopardy, to be honest with you, is back in TNA Wrestling. They will battle it out in the squared circle this Sunday at Turning Point.
This is going to be an interesting match because how much more can Jeff Hardy take? How much more blame are they going to put on him? How much more are they going to show all of his faults from the past? With that being said,
really?
I think Jeff Jarrett, oh, come on. You can't bring back the guy that almost single-handedly ruined the company by showing up on a pay-per-view not in condition to work. Bring him back, put him in a semi-main event, and let him win. Well, okay, that's fine, but you know what? Let's not forget Vince Russo is no longer in charge of creative. It is now Bruce Pritchard.
His influence is still almost the same, though.
He has ideas. They're not etched in stone. Jeff Jarrett has to beat Jeff Hardy. As a matter of fact...
Oh, wait.
Well...
What?
Yeah. I'll DHS that one.
Which means David Hero has spoken. He is making one thing, if nothing else, official on this pay-per-view, and that is that Jeff Jarrett will get a victory somehow, some way over Jeff Hardy. And no, I'm not bringing any DHS World Tour shirts.
You need to give one to Jeff.
Absolutely not. You can ship it to him, since I'm sure you probably still have some money left over from that iPad set.
I will tweet him later and make sure he knows you're coming with a T-shirt.
He's going to be sorely disappointed.
Well, yeah, to see you, of course.
The main event. It's a Sunday night at TNA Turning Point on pay-per-view. The new TNA World Champion, Bobby Roode, will defend against...
TNA Impact Wrestling World Champion.
Will defend against AJ Styles. It's no secret AJ Styles suffering from a bit of an ankle injury. And, well, he gets a chance at the championship, one that he hasn't held in a very long time. That championship has changed hands some 3 times in the last month. Will it change hands again this Sunday at Turning Point?
Absolutely not. Bobby Roode is the guy they're going to run with. I'm guessing at least a good 4 to 6 month title reign. And AJ Styles with the banged up wheel is not going to be in shape to beat Bobby Roode, who has an edge, an angry edge to his new career.
It's interesting who's not on this card. No Kurt Angle, no Sting, no Ken Anderson, no Billy Ray.
Ken is going to be at the Packer game. He can't.
The Packers play on Monday.
Yeah, but he'll be busy tailgating and having a party.
TNA Turning Point this Sunday on pay-per-view. In the world, according to David Hero, which is a sick and twisted one, by the way, he would see things happen as such. TNA Impact Wrestling Turning Point, Rob Van Dam losing to Daniels, and these matches for entertainment purposes only. Rob Van Dam losing to Daniels, that's what I said.
Okay, I'll make sure you're not twisting my stuff around.
Matt Morgan, who is...
Super friend.
What does that mean, Six Flags?
Sure.
Matt Morgan losing to Crimson because Crimson is endorsed, and you too are realizing the value of an endorsement. The Knockouts Championship remains around the waist of Velvet Sky, Gail Kim losing in her efforts. Mexican America versus Inc. New Tag Team Champions, Inc. at Sunday's Turning Point pay-per-view. Jeff Hardy versus Jeff Jarrett. This, the DHS moment of the night. Jeff Hardy losing to Jeff Jarrett for very interesting reasons that you presented earlier. David Hero will see what pans out this Sunday on pay-per-view. And the main event, the TNA Impact Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship stays around the waist of Bobby Roode, AJ Styles in a failed effort this Sunday at Turning Point. This pay-per-view overall has got some...
we forgot a match. We forgot a match.
We?
I forgot a match. How can we forget about a match?
What match is that?
Robbie E. against Eric Young for the
That's
TNA
official?
Impact Wrestling TV title. Absolutely.
Robbie E., who got pinned by Ronnie last night on
Yeah,
Impact.
absolutely.
Ronnie from the Jersey Shore.
Well, you know, it was shenanigans. But Robbie E. and Eric Young.
Television championship presumably on the line.
You know what? You got to go with Robbie E. He's
Bro.
got Big Rob Terry with him.
And the Velvet Rope.
And the
Not to be confused with the Velvet Sky.
I think there's going to be a new TNA Impact Wrestling TV champion in Robbie E.
All right, well, we'll see what happens this Sunday night at Turning Point. And remember, you can find out all that happens at Turning Point by tuning into the PWR Post Show on Blog Talk Radio. I'll be live from Orlando carrying him in that show, where you can call
Can't
in
pick me up.
and share your comments and your thoughts on the pay-per-view.
I got a new sponsor for the post show.
This ought to be good.
It's the PWR Show shop, where they can get all of our new T-shirts. You know, the endorsed T-shirt.
And you know, there's a
the
United
Super
States
Friends.
and a United Kingdom version of the endorsed T-shirt.
There's a Welcome to Tremendous. There's a DWHS World Tour shirt.
I still have conflict with those dates on the back. What do they mean?
It means things that I've DWHS'd. Pay-per-views.
Yes, indeed. New merchandise available right now in the shop at pwrshow.com. I want to remind you as well, only 4 seats remain for Sweet and Sexy WrestleMania in Miami. Only 4 seats remain in the sales period for that event. Pick them up. Get in where you fit in. It's the best way to watch WrestleMania. Do you know we are going to be in one of the only few suites available for the entire event. So it's going to be a great time with great surprises, great fun, great food, great memories, and a great match. Rock
and
versus
shenanigans.
Cena. Absolutely. Hope Linda got that Jameson. Anyway, Sweet and Sexy. You can purchase all that at pwrshow.com. So, Turning Point this Sunday on pay-per-view. For David Hero, this is Damian Nelson saying thank you so much for tuning in to this web exclusive Be the Booker.